We're just outside enjoying some sunshine. Yeah, in the garden with my little boo-boo bear. And we're going to talk a little bit about some of the changes that Bella's going through now in her pregnancy. Because it's getting much more obvious that she has got babies in her tum. So first thing you can see, she's got a bit of a tummy here now. And if you look at her from the top down, you can see that she's starting to kick out a little bit here at the sides, which she never normally does. Bella's a very lean, light built girl. She doesn't really carry any extra weight. The next thing we've got here, if you feel underneath, her nipples are very pronounced and they're quite pink, quite bright in colour. And that again is a sign of the pregnancy. And her mammary glands will start to develop more as she progresses through her pregnancy. And that's going to obviously wait for the puppies to come, so the milk's going to come down. Good girl, boo-boo. So her coat will also start to get thinner, and that's going to be so that the babies have much easier access to the milk bar when it's open. If she was still all fluffy and hairy underneath when the babies are here, then she's going to obviously get hair in the mouths and all that kind of thing, which we don't want in little tiny baby mouths. So the hairs decrease, gets a little bit more baldy. And the other thing obviously that's going to happen with her is more behavioural changes. So at the moment she's very tired and sleepy. She wants to snuggle a lot and do her own little thing. She's not really playing with the others very much at the moment. She's given up with Millie's nonsense of being a silly puppy and jumping all over her and biting her legs and things. She will now sort of tell her off and say, no, don't want any more of that nonsense. So she's being much more relaxed and sleeping a lot more at home as well. And that will increase as the pregnancy goes on. They become very needy. They like the comfort. She's gonna not want to be separated from us too much in the last days of the pregnancy, because they do, when they trust you, quite often rely on you very heavily for support during the pregnancy and the whelping, because it's quite hard for them. So they like the comfort and they like to know that their guardians are there to look after them. Girl, boo boo. And then for the first few days after the birth, she's not really going to want too much fuss around her. She's going to be pretty chilled out and relaxed and quiet, and not really be too bothered about everybody else. She's just going to be focused on her babies, and she won't want the others pestering her, so she's going to have a nice quiet area for that. And then when she's ready, we'll start to introduce the others to her and her babies again. But it's going to take a little bit of time for her to get comfortable with that, especially with it being a first time mummy. It's a lot for her to get used to and take in. So especially whilst these monsters are like little Millie beast over there. What are you doing, monkey? Are busy causing all sorts of mischief. Eh? She won't want her babies being accidentally hurt by silly puppies playing. Or silly giant puppies. You Millie? Playing. You can see from Bella's outline now there, her tuck has disappeared. Which Bella always has a very pronounced tuck. So that's a good indicator of how big she's got already. She's carrying a lot of extra weight, so she's getting lots of dinners now. We're feeding her 3 small meals a day now, because although she wants to eat more, obviously she needs to with feeding all those babies, she can't actually fit that much in there because the babies are taking up so much space. So she needs to eat little and often, and we've increased the calories of her food as well. So she's been having a bit of lamb, which is quite meaty, and that carries a little bit more fat to it as well, to get lots of nutrients out of that. And making sure she's getting plenty of calcium as well, so those babies can develop their bones properly. And generally, mostly whatever food it is she feels like she wants to eat, because it's important for her to make sure she's getting the nutrition. There's a lot of babies in there for her to feed, and she's never had any extra weight to give to them in the first place, so we need to make sure that all that nutrition is coming from her food. And when she starts to feed them, she's going to eat even more. They eat an awful lot when they're feeding, and the babies producing lots and lots of milk. So we need to make sure that she gets plenty of nutrition then as well. So we've got lots to do. That's to make sure she stays nice and healthy. She's got her appointment booked for the vets for 10 days before she's due, so she can have a 10-day before the puppies are due wormer, and just have a general checkup as well and make sure everything is as we would expect for that stage when she's getting closer and closer to the babies being born. So it's all very exciting, lots and lots going on, and she's keeping herself busy, aren't you, Boops? Bubba, what you found over there? Playing in the grass, hey? Little monkeys. And then you've done it all before, ain't you, Tokes? She says, yeah. I'll help her if she'll let me. Won't you, girl? You'll help her if she'll let you. We'll see. Good girl.